You're 24, scraping by in Lagos traffic. Every Naira in your pocket a war wound from 12-hour shifts at a call center that sucks your soul dry. You've finally hit 120,000 Naira. Your entire life savings, hidden under the mattress like a dirty secret. It's not riches, it's freedom. A down payment on a tiny shop, maybe, or just a buffer against the next blackout that leaves you sweating in the dark. But your big sister, your blood, your supposed rock, looks you dead in the eye over jollof. Rice at Mama's table and says, "Chidi, you're the only one who believes in me. This bakery, it's my third shot. It'll work this time. Lend me that money. Family, right?" Her voice cracks just enough to twist the knife. You hesitate, stomach churning like bad akara. But those puppy dog eyes win. You hand it over. All of it. 3 months later. The bakery's a ghost. Locks rusted, flour sacks rotting in the rain. And she's screaming at you in front of the whole family. You sabotaged me. You never wanted me to succeed. Lies, accusations. Your name dragged through the mud like trash in the gutter. Friends ghost you. Your boss hears the whispers, cuts your hours. You're broken, staring at an empty mattress, wondering if trust is just a fancy word for suicide. But here's the hook that kept me up nights, plotting in the shadows. What if I didn't just survive? What if I burned her world down and built mine on the ashes? Stick around, because this isn't just revenge, it's resurrection. And by the end, you'll be cheering so loud your neighbors call the police. Look, if you've ever poured your heart and your wallet into someone who stomped it flat, this one's for you. That raw ache of being used, the fire in your chest screaming for payback. Hit that like button right now, smash subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because today's story, it's the ultimate screw you anthem. One that left me richer than I ever dreamed, and her begging on her knees. Let's dive in. Let's rewind to the beginning, because revenge isn't born in a vacuum. It's forged in the quiet. Betrayals that chip away at your bones until you're hollow. My name's Chidi. Well, that's what you'll call me for this tale. Grew up in a cramped 2-room flat in Ikeja, the kind where the walls sweat during Harmattan and the ceiling fan wheezes like it's on its last breath. Mama worked double shifts, hawking Gary at the market, her hands calloused like old leather, always smelling of palm oil and regret. Papa? He split when I was 6, chasing better opportunities in Abuja that turned out to be a bottle of ogogoro and empty promises. Me and Ada, my sister, 3 years older, we were it. The unbreakable duo. She'd braid my hair while humming fella tunes, promising we'd escape this concrete jungle together. Chidi, you're smart. Smarter than all of them. You'll be the one with the big house, the AC that actually works. I'd beam, feeling 10 feet tall, even as rats skittered underfoot. She was the dreamer, the firecracker with plans bigger than her. Frame, petite, with that infectious laugh that could charm a toot out of his last kobo. Me, I was the fixer, the one who patched the leaky roof with duct tape, who studied by kerosene lamp until my eyes burned, acing WEC while she flitted. Ada's first business flop hit when we were teens. A hair salon in the compound. Ada's glow-up, she called it, stocking it with knockoff weaves from a shoddy market. Borrowed 20,000 Naira from Mama's savings, the kind that meant no new wrappers for Christmas. It lasted 4 months. Customers complained of itching scalps, bad dye jobs that turned heads orange. She blamed the suppliers, the power outages, anything, but her half-hearted mixing of chemicals while scrolling Nollywood gossip on her Nokia. Mama cried that night, shoulders shaking as she stirred Iba with a wooden spoon that splintered in her grip. I held Ada as she sobbed, whispering, "Next time, sis, you'll get it right." Foolish optimism. That's what binds families, isn't it? That blind faith that love conquers incompetence. The second venture? A phone accessory stall at Computer Village. Ada convinced Uncle Emeka to co-sign a microloan, 50,000 Naira at 30% interest, the sharks circling like Okada riders in rush hour. She talked big. Chargers that never die, cases with bling. But inventory vanished into friends who owed her, and the stall became a hangout for her clique, blasting Afrobeats till the neighbors banged pots. Eviction notice came like thunder, debts piled, Uncle Emeka fuming, his blood pressure spiking to stroke levels. I remember the family meeting in our parlor, air thick with the scent of a goosey gone cold. Ada slouched on the plastic chair, picking at her cuticles, eyes darting like a cornered cat. It was bad luck, eh? Economy's tough. Mama's voice cracked. Ada, my girl, when does the luck run out? I jumped in, always the peacemaker. We'll help. I'll tutor extra kids after school. Scraped together 10,000 Naira from odd jobs, handed it over with a hug. She kissed my forehead, whispering, "You're my hero, Chidi. Without you." The words trailed, but they lodged in my chest like shrapnel. Fast forward 5 years. I'm 24 now, grinding at Globacom's call center in Victoria Island, headset pinching, my ears, scripts droning about unlimited data bundles while customers curse in pidgin that makes your skin crawl. 9 to 5? Try 9 to 9, dodging traffic on the third mainland bridge, exhaust fumes burning your throat. But I saved. Oh, I saved like a miser in a folktale. Every bonus from upselling ringtones, every skipped Danfo ride home, straight into that mattress envelope. 120,000 Naira. Not millionaire money, but in Lagos, it's a launch pad. I'd lie awake, palms sweaty, envisioning my escape. A small coding bootcamp, maybe freelance apps for small businesses. Tech was booming. Flutterwave, paystack legends walking among us. I could be next. Powerless no more. Ada? She'd bounced between gigs, waitressing at Buka's, influencing on Instagram with filtered selfies that got 12 likes, now 27, still crashing at Mama's, her entrepreneur spirit, a polite euphemism for serial failure. But this time, she swore it was different. The bakery. Third time's the charm, Chidi. I've got a plan. Sourdough from that YouTube video. Eco bags for the Oyinbo crowd in Lekki. We met at Mama's on a Sunday, the air humming with ceiling fan blades and the sizzle of dodo in the kitchen. She perched on the edge of my bed, our old shared one, springs groaning like an old man's complaint. Her eyes wide, manic with that familiar gleam. Chidi, listen. Her voice dropped, conspiratorial, like we were kids plotting to steal chin-chin from the jar. I've leased the space in Yaba, prime spot, near the uni. Ovens on credit, flour from a wholesaler who owes me a favor. But I need seed money. Just 120,000 to cover the first month's rent and stock. You'll get it back tenfold. Interest, like a bank, but with love. She grabbed my hands, her nails digging half moons into my skin, red polish chipped, a silent scream of her chaos. My pulse thrummed in my temples, a warning drum I ignored. Betrayal's like that. It whispers sweet nothings while sharpening the blade. I thought of Mama's weary smile, how she'd light up if Ada finally flew. Thought of us as kids, sharing dreams under mosquito nets. Family first, she always said. So I nodded, pulled the envelope from its hiding spot, the paper crinkling like dry leaves underfoot. Counted it out. Crisp notes, my blood and sweat distilled into green. Her face lit up, a supernova, hugging me so tight I smelled her cheap vanilla body spray mixed with desperation. You're saving my life, little bro. I love you. Love. That word hung in the air, heavy as Lagos humidity, as I watched her dash out, heels clicking on the concrete stairs. The first weeks, blissful illusion. Texts flew. Oven installed. Baking test loaves tomorrow. Come taste. I did, squeezing into a Danfo after shift, the vehicle swaying like a drunk on third mainland. The shop was a dream. White-tiled counters, gleaming under fluorescent buzz. The air thick with yeast and warmth that chased away the evening chill. Ada, apron dusted with flour, slid me a warm loaf, steam curling like a lover's breath. See? We're winning. We laughed, tearing into it, crust crackling, insides soft as forgiveness. For a moment, the world righted. I posted a selfie on WhatsApp status. Big sis slaying, family hustle. Likes poured in from cousins, old classmates. Hope tasted like that bread, simple, sustaining. But cracks spiderwebbed fast. A week in, her post shifted. Power cut again, generator fuel eating profits. Then silence. I called during lunch break, headset off, heart in my throat. Voicemail, texts unread. By month 2, excuses piled like market trash. Staff quit, lazy lot. Rent hiked, landlord's a thief. I scraped overtime, sent 5,000 Naira here, 2,000 there. For emergencies. My own envelope? A husk. Sleep evaded. Me. Sheets twisted around legs slick with night sweats. Dreams of crumbling loaves morphing into crumbling lives. Month 3. The call came at 2 a.m. Mama's voice a rasp over the line, laced with tears. Chidi, come quick. Ada's. The shop's gone. I bolted upright, phone slipping in my grip, the room spinning like a bad Okada turn. Danfo to Yaba. Empty. Streets slick with rain. Wipers slapping rhythm like accusations. Arrived to a padlocked door. Evicted. Scrawled in red chalk, mocking under sodium lamps. Flour sacks bloated in the gutter. Rain pooling in their tears. Ada sat on the curb. Mascara rivers down her cheeks. Knees drawn up like a child. It wasn't my fault, she wailed as I approached, boots splashing. The economy! The recipes were wrong! I knelt, arms around her, the chill seeping through my jeans. What happened to the money? Voice steady, but inside, a storm, thunder in my ribs, lightning forking through veins. She pulled back, eyes flashing. What money? You think I blew it, after all I've done? Defiance, sharp as shattered glass. But the ledgers she showed later, scribbled in a notebook warped by spills, told truths. 40,000 on marketing. Nights out at clubs, receipts for star beer and shawarma. 30,000 to friends for help. Loans never repaid. The rest? Vanished into supplies that never arrived, or worse. Her impulse buys, a new phone case, salon visits to keep up appearances. That night, back at Mama's, the air turned toxic. Family crammed in, uncles nursing Guinness, aunts fanning themselves with newspapers, whispers slithering like snakes. Ada stood, voice rising. Chidi knew the risks. He pushed me into it. Lies uncoiled, venomous. He even told me to skimp on ingredients to save costs. That's why the bread failed. My jaw clenched, teeth grinding like gravel, heat flooding my face till it burned. Mama's eyes darted between us, fractured. Chidi, is this true? Her voice small, pleading. I shook my head, words choking in my throat, dry as harmattan dust. But doubt seated. Uncles nodded. Boy's always been jealous. Ada's the star. The fallout? Avalanche. At work. Rumors hit like Okada horns. Chidi's a scammer. Stole from his own blood. Boss called me in, door clicking shut like a coffin lid. His desk loomed, piled with reports. His cologne cloying as deceit. Heard about your family drama, son. Clients complain enough without distractions. Hours cut to part-time. Bills mounted. Rent late. Fridge echoing empty. Friends faded. WhatsApp groups muted me. Even Mama, in quiet moments, her hand on my arm hesitant. Ada's hurting too, eh? Maybe you can apologize, smooth it. Apologize? For trusting? The injustice gnawed. A rat in my gut, teeth on bone. Nights, I'd pace the balcony. City lights blurring through tears. Fists balled till knuckles whitened. Why me? Internal scream echoing. I gave everything. And for what? To be the villain in her script? Powerlessness wrapped me like a shroud, heavy, suffocating. But under it, embers. Flickering at first, then roaring. No more, they want a monster? I'll give them one. With a crown. The turning point hit on a Friday. rain lashing the window like Mama's unspoken accusations. I'd been demoted. Full stop. Restructuring, they called it. Walking home, soaked to bone, I ducked into a cyber cafe, the hum of fans and click of keyboards a desperate symphony. Scrolled job listings, heart-sinking. Nothing for a disgraced coder wannabe. Then, an ad. Free Python bootcamp. Remote. Sponsored by Andela. Deadline, midnight. Fingers flew. Resume polished with half-truths. Cover letter bleeding desperation. This is it, I thought. Submit button glowing like salvation. Not for them, for me. Sleep came fitful. Dreams of code compiling into chains. Acceptance email? Dawn's light, phone buzzing like victory. 6 months of hell. Nights coding till eyes blurred. Days faking smiles at the call center husk. Ada? She pivoted to life coaching, posting motivational reels from Mama's couch. Rise from failure. DM for sessions. Clients? Zilch. But her barbs continued. Family chats laced with, Chidi's too busy for us now, playing tech boy. Each one a spark on dry tinder. I swallowed, focused. Built my first app. A simple inventory tracker for small shops. Barcode scans, stock alerts, Lagos proof with offline mode. Tested it on a friend's buka, watching his eyes widen as sales ticked up 20%. Freelance gigs trickled, 5,000 Naira here, 10,000 there. Envelope refilled, slower but mine. Resolve hardened like concrete in the sun. Revenge wasn't rage-fueled. It was surgical, a blade honed on injustice. I watched Ada, her patterns, her weaknesses. Third business brewing, a vegan juice bar in Ikeja targeting gym bros and influencers. She crowdfunded on Instagram, tears and stories. After the bakery heartbreak, one more chance. Pledges rolled, 20,000 from cousins, 15,000 from old flames. But the lease? 150,000 upfront. She cornered me at a family awambe, plate of pounded yam wobbling in her hand, voice syrupy. Chidi, you're doing well now. Lend a bit, for old times? Her smile, perfect teeth but eyes hungry, predatory. Stomach twisted, bile rising. No, I said, flat as a dead battery. Her face crumpled, then hardened. Fine, ungrateful. Whispered to Mama later, he's changed. Cold. That's when planning ignited. I dove deeper, upgraded the app, added AI predictions for waste reduction, pitched to Andela mentors. Seed funding. 500,000 Naira from a demo at their Lagos hub. Investors nodding like king's anointing. Stock Guard, I named it. Guardian of the little guy's hustle. Launched beta. Free for mom and pops, premium for chains. Downloads surged. Bukas, salons, even a falafel spot in VI. Revenue? Steady drip to river. 6 figures in months. But revenge? That needed teeth. I researched Ada's juice bar. Social media deep dive. Her business plan PDF shared in a family group. Sloppy, full of typos. Projections wild as her dreams. Suppliers listed. Same wholesaler from the bakery, now suing her for old debts. Lease agent? A shark I knew from call center days. Pulled strings, got the inside scoop. She was late on deposit, bluffing with fake checks. Opportunity gleamed. I approached the landlord anonymously. Burner email, concerned investor. Tipped him. She's flaky. Check her track record. He balked. Demanded full upfront or eviction pre-signature. Ada scrambled, posts frantic. Need 50K urgent. Family emergency. Crickets. Meanwhile, Stock Guard exploded. Features rolled. Integration with Jumia for bulk orders. Analytics dashboards that screamed profit. Tech Cabal featured me. From call center to coder king. Interviews. Podcasts. My face on billboards in Yaba, that same market where her bakery died. Bank account swelled. 5 million, then 10. Hired a team. Coders from the bootcamp. A marketer with fire in her veins. Office in Ikeja. Glass walls overlooking the lagoon. AC humming cool lies to my past. But inside, the embers blazed. This isn't enough, thoughts whispered during late night sprints, coffee bitter on tongue. She needs to feel the fall. Execution phase. Paced like a panther. I seeded rumors, subtle, through concerned family contacts. Heard Ada's new spot, same old story. Chidi warned her last time. Aunts gossiped at markets, uncles at beer parlors. Her crowdfunding stalled, pledges withdrawn. Desperate, she pivoted, partnered with a big influencer, some fitness guru with 50K followers. I knew him. We'd crossed at a tech mixer. Casual DM. Heard you're linking with Ada? Careful. Her last 2 ventures tanked investors. He bailed, story deleted. Ada's meltdown? Live on IG. Ranting about haters. Tears smudging her highlight. Views? Pity likes only. The kill shot brewed slow. Stockguard hit 1 million users. Valuation soaring, VCs circling like vultures on roadkill. I bought the Yaba property next to her would-be lease. Prime spot. Turned it into a Stockguard demo hub. Free workshops for small biz owners. Beat failure with tech. Flyers everywhere. Don't let bad partners drain you. Subtext? Razor sharp. Ada saw it, fumed in voicemails I ignored. This you're doing? Petty! Petty! No, poetic. Tension peaked at Christmas. Family gathering at Mama's, air thick with fried plantain and unspoken fractures. Ada arrived late, weave askew, clutching a gift bag like a shield. Juice bar opens next week, she announced, voice brittled china. Eyes on me, challenge gleaming. I smiled, sipped my malt. Cool fizz masking the storm. Congrats, sis. Need inventory help? My app tracks it all. Offer laced with barbs. She scoffed. Don't need your handouts, Mr. Big Shot. But later, cornered in the kitchen, pots clanging like war drums, she hissed, You think you're better? I made you who you are, taught you to dream. Laughter bubbled, dark. Dreams. You sold mine for flour that molded. Her slap stung, palm print blooming hot on cheek. Mama gasped from the doorway, but I held her gaze. Touch me again, and dreams become nightmares. Door slammed behind me, rain greeting like an old friend. She launched anyway. Half-assed, juices watery, no AC in the heat that turned the place to a sauna. Reviews tanked, tastes like regret. Staff rude, owners desperate. I waited, fingers hovering over send. The email. To her suppliers, her partners, CC'd to local biz forums. Subject, Ada's Ventures, a cautionary tale. Attached, screenshots of her old ledgers, eviction notices, my anonymous affidavits. Serial mismanager, drains family dry, sent. The web lit, comments exploding. Saw this with the bakery. Scam alert. Her phone blew up. I imagined it vibrating like a trapped hornet. By New Year, the bar shuttered, locks fresh, closed sign peeling in the humidity. Debts crushed, suppliers suing, lease forfeited. Ada. Homeless vibes, crashing with friends who ghosted fast. Mama called, voice ash. Chidi, she's broken, says you ruined her. Broken? My laugh hollow. She broke me first. But empathy flickered. Family's curse. I wired Mama 200,000 anonymously. For Ada, 0. The Apex, 3 months post-collapse. Stockguard Series A, 50 million Naira valuation. Launch party at my Ikeja office. Champagne flutes clinking like vindication. Investors in linen suits toasting disruptor. Lagos elite swirled. Tech bros. Nollywood cameos. Even a minister's aide. Air scented with oud and ambition. Lagoon breeze whispering secrets through open balconies. I stood at the podium, mic cool in palm. Spotlights hot on skin. From scraping kobo to scaling millions. This is for every hustler betrayed. Cheers erupted, glasses raised like swords. Then the doors swung, security ushering in a ghost. Ada, disheveled weave, dress clinging wrong, eyes wild saucers in hollow cheeks. Chidi! Voice cracking over the din, heels wobbling forward. Guests parted like Red Sea, whispers rippling. She shoved through, breath ragged, clutching a crumpled invite, stolen from Mama's mail. This your empire? Built on my back! Hysteria edged her words, hands flailing. My team froze. Marketer's jaw dropped mid-sip. I stepped down, slow, deliberate. Heart-pounding war drums, but face stone. Close now, her perfume sour with sweat. You think this is funny? You destroyed me. My life gone. Because of your jealousy. Spit flecked my lapel. Guests murmured, phones out, live tweeting the drama. Internal roar, yes, feel it. The power flip. but voice calm, velvet over steel. Destroyed? Sis, you did that solo. 3 businesses, 0 lessons. My 120,000? Dust. But look around. Gesture swept the room. Holographic demo screens flickering stock flows. Laughter bubbling anew. This born from your ashes. Her face crumpled, shock to rage to shattering. Knees buckled. She grabbed my arm, nails raking. Please, lend me. Invest. For family. Begging now. Voice threadbare. Tears carving paths through foundation. The room held breath. A collective inhale. Pity, some eyes softened. But most gleamed with schadenfreude, the sweet nectar of deserved downfall. I pried her fingers loose, gentle but firm. Skin tingling where she touched. Ghost of old bonds. Family, you sold that when you lied, when you slapped away my trust. Pause, letting it sink. Her sobs hitching like broken engine. But here's mercy. Therapy's free online. Learn or repeat. Security escorted her out, arm gentle on elbow, her protests fading to whimpers down the hall. Door clicked shut. Silence, then applause, thunderous, validating. Investors clapped my back, cold but fair. Inside? Release crashed. Wave breaking on chest. Washing salt from wounds. Tears pricked, hot and unbidden. I blinked them back, raising my glass. To justice. Delayed but delicious. Party roared on. But I slipped to the balcony. City lights sprawling like conquered kingdoms. Wind cooled flushed skin, pulse slowing to victory march. They ruined me, thought echoed soft now. But I rose, unbreakable. Ada's aftermath? Spiral public, IG rants deleted, then accounts dark. Mama visited, hugs tentative, whispering, proud but heal, eh? She did, eventually. Small job at a real estate firm, head down. Me? Stock guard hit 500 million valuation by year's end. Acquisitions, expansions to Accra, Nairobi. Billboards, my face, envelope in hand, caption, from savings to empire. But the real win? Mirror mornings, no more hollow eyes. Just a man, scars faded, staring back with fire banked, not burning. Karma's not a myth, it's math. Betray trust and the scales tip hard. But justice? That's the spark we all crave. The validation that says, you were right to fight. Me? I learned forgiveness starts with self. What's your scale look like? Whew, that one's got me fired up all over again. If Chidi's glow up gave you goosebumps or that sweet itch for payback, smash like, drop a comment. What's the wildest revenge you've pulled or witnessed? Spill, no judgments here. And subscribe, bell on, for more raw tales of triumph over trash. Next up, a boss who ghosted my promotion. I ghosted his career. See you there. Peace.